So my husband has been on a weight loss journey for some weeks now, and I've been sharing with you guys some of the food I've been offering him. So on this day, he's going to work the next day, and I'm thinking of what to prepare for him. So I've got some butternut squash over here, some broccoli, like a head of broccoli, and 3 chicken thighs. That chicken thigh, I ate one of it. So butternut squash are good source of fiber, they are low in carb, and they are excellent source of vitamin C. So this is what the butter squash looks like. So I used one of these. This was actually for a different recipe, but I used one, which is about 1.5 kg. So all I did was season with Kenju seasoning, and I pop it into the air fryer. So the chicken went in first, and then the juice and the tastiness and the oil of the chicken, I just mixed it up in the butternut squash and the broccoli. This meal is so tasty, but I wanted him to have it with some sriracha sauce. I think he just went to work with it like that. If only I had this particular sauce, I would have just paired it with it, but that's fine. It was really tasty. Basically, you can use anything, you can eat anything to lose weight. All you have to be mindful is the carbohydrate content and the fiber. Just make sure that you have a high fiber diet, cut down your carbohydrate, and then you're good to go. And don't forget to drink lots of water. So if you got yam, you don't expect to eat that much quantity of yam like that butternut squash and lose weight. So you need to cut down on the portion of that yam, because yam is high in carbs. So you cut it down and add more fiber, more vegetables. So other options for this kind of recipe is unripe plantain. So if you've got hold of unripe plantain, you can also make use of it. So just as I always say, you can basically eat anything to lose weight. It's all about knowing the carbohydrate content, the fiber content, and the portion you need to eat. You cannot expect to eat 1 kg worth of potatoes. That is almost 800 calories. But this butternut squash I prepared, they are just about 1.5 kg, and it's less than 300 calories. So just do the math. Same thing applies to things like burger wheat. When I prepare burger wheat, it doesn't mean that you can't eat rice and lose weight. So burger wheat contains more fiber than rice. Does not mean that rice is not nutritious. Rice has its own nutrient. Burger wheat has its own nutrient. So if, for instance, I'm to eat 1 tablespoon of rice to lose weight, with burger wheat, I will eat 2 tablespoons. And then imagine adding lots of vegetables in it. In fact, you can even eat 6 tablespoons. I don't know if it makes sense. So vegetables in your meal and the high fiber content makes it extra filling, like makes your plate a lot to be going on in your plate, rather than eating, let's say, a small wrap of fufu, a fist size of fufu, and it makes it look as if this weight loss is punishment. But if you add lots of vegetables in that fufu, you see that your plate is a lot, but the carbohydrate intake and the calorie is lower. So if you're not okay with adding vegetables into your fufu, it's not a must. It's a thing of choice. Then you can stick to that little portion that you need to lose weight. And if you've lost weight, because definitely there have been people that they've been eating little portion of pounded yam, amala, and everything, and lose weight. The main thing is that you're still within your calorie deficit. That's what really matters. And one more tip I will try to give if you're a beginner. If you notice, I don't usually weigh my husband's food, but I usually advise you weigh your food. So if you're a beginner, you don't really know the calorie content in some food. Is it high in carbohydrate? Is it high in fiber? How do I know? Because I see people asking me, is amala good for weight loss? Is pounded yam, small pounded yam, good? I can't really keep answering you all of those. All you have to do is get a kitchen scale. Whatever you want to cook, you measure it in its dry state. So if you want to cook rice, because you don't have hold of burger wheat, you don't need to break the bank and get things that you would normally struggle to get. You can use whatever. I always say this, use whatever you have. So you make use of measuring scale, kitchen scale, measure it at its dry state, go to Google, search, okay, 100 grams of rice. So you get the information on the calorie, the carbohydrate, the protein, the fiber, and all those things. And when you're cooking it, then you have to be mindful of how you cook it, because how you cook that rice can actually affect and increase the carbohydrate intake. That's where I come into adding vegetables, reducing your oil, and with all those, you eat a healthy diet, you still lose weight. You don't have to keep going around the market looking for asparagus and kales because HAD was using it in her recipe and her husband is losing weight. You don't have to do all of that. I always say this in my video. Make use of whatever you have. Vegetable is vegetable. High in fiber, that's what you need. And with the weighing, once you start weighing, you weigh for a few times. Whenever you want to cook right, you already know what it looks like. You don't need to keep weighing, just like as I do now. I don't literally weigh my husband's food because I already have an idea, because I've lost the weight before. So I have an idea of that portion he needs. to lose weight. So I don't know if all these my explanations make sense, but yeah, I've got lots of recipes. If you want to check that out, if you're watching from YouTube, I've got a playlist, weight loss playlist. TikTok, I'll have a weight loss playlist. On Facebook as well, I've got a weight loss playlist. Just go there and find so many recipes I've made.